Oh, this is just what we needed. This trailer dropped yesterday, I gotta talk about it. Why? Because this is the return of the Lord of the Rings to the big screen. Yeah, we got Rings of Power on Amazon Prime Video. I enjoy it personally. I'm looking forward to season 2. But with this, it's like Lord of the Rings is in full force right now. It's making its comeback. And it's a great time to be alive. That's right, we finally got our very first trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim.
I've been looking forward to this.
So this trailer starts off letting you know what it is. It's footage from The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. It's pretty much the trailer going, hey, remember Lord of the Rings and how badass that was? Alright, just making sure. And of course, with the music kicking on with that Rohan theme, I love that theme. I love all the themes in Lord of the Rings, but the Rohan theme specifically, Edoras is like my favorite location in the entirety of Middle-earth. That's always where I said I would want to live if I lived in that world. And Theoden is my favorite character in Lord of the Rings. So we're going back to Rohan. That's what this trailer's telling me so far. I'm in. Automatically. I'm in. And it's funny, the trailer says Peter Jackson presents. He's only exec producing this, but they gotta slap that name on there so audiences trust it. They did the same thing with Mortal Engines. But okay, we're going back to this world from the eyes of legendary director Kenji Kamiyama. Alright, so it's an anime. Unexpected, but I'm curious. So yeah, this movie is going to be an anime set in the continuity of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films. Which yeah, for a Lord of the Rings fan, that was the last thing I ever expected. I've never personally been huge on anime. Yeah, I've made videos on a couple recently, but still I'm no diehard fan or anything. Trying to win me over with Lord of the Rings though, that's almost cheating. Cause Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest franchises ever made. That's just a fact. It's not an opinion, that is fact. I automatically get excited for anything Lord of the Rings comes out with. That included that Lord of the Rings Gollum game that came out not too long ago. That let me down. But yeah, that's just how much of a fan I am of this world. Kenji Kamiyama, I looked into his work. He's directed some of the Ghost in the Shell anime and Blade Runner Black Lotus, neither of which I have watched, but he's established at least. So with this movie taking us back to Rohan with that theme playing, which, alright, yeah, first of all, I gotta say this. With that theme playing, this trailer's pretty much telling us that that theme is gonna be featured in this movie, right? Don't make promises you can't keep, movie trailer. Don't do what the Five Nights at Freddy's movie did with the Toreador March in the trailer. No, we're hearing this Rohan theme in the trailer. I want to hear it in the movie from big IMAX movie theater speakers. So in this trailer, we get some narration.
There was an older tale.
I believe that's Miranda Otto coming back to be the voice of Éowyn. That's the character she played in Peter Jackson's trilogy. I hear that this is going to be narrated by the character Éowyn. I think that's pretty neat. And about the point where the trailer got to here,
Riders of the Mark, brothers of Rohan, arise!
I was like, alright, we are back. We are officially so back. Like, out of everything post Lord of the Rings, that includes the Hobbit movies, the Rings of Power, and the Lord of the Rings Gollum game, just everything that I've seen since the Lord of the Rings movies, that moment right there in this trailer feels the most like the Lord of the Rings movies. I mean, that same horn going off, that's from the movies, right? So the story this movie is telling, I think they said it's like, what, 200 years before the events of the Lord of the Rings trilogy? And it's the story of the founding of Helm's Deep, which, alright, I'm down to hear that story. I bet it's interesting. I don't know if anyone was really asking for it, I'll admit. But hey, it's a new Lord of the Rings thing, so again, automatically, I'm in. I looked into it, and yeah, this is an established story in Tolkien lore. Again, I'm no expert. I'm no Stephen Colbert. That guy, whew, he knows his stuff. But yeah, I'm down for this story. So what do we got? We got King Helm Hammerhand looking straight up like Santa Claus. Awesome. And he's voiced by Brian Cox, who's a great actor. I've seen bits and pieces of Succession. Dude's awesome. So yeah, get that guy in Lord of the Rings. Why not? And there's this marriage proposal that happens between this other group and Helm's daughter. His daughter named Hera, which of course will remind me of Hera Syndulla from Star Wars. Or the Greek goddess, that works too. But with Helm going, you just seek a throne.
You do not seek an alliance. You seek a throne.
I was like, alright, that does feel a little Game of Thrones-ish. I always saw a distinct difference between Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones because I know the two are compared all the time because they're both big medieval fantasies that are very popular, but tonally, they're very different. With this scene right here from the trailer, this is the most like Game of Thrones Lord of the Rings has ever felt to me. And honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about that. And then Helm punches this guy so hard that he straight up dies. Which, yeah, I looked that up. That is lore. Damn.
He's dead. You will pay for this with your life.
And I guess from there it leads to war. And we got all the badass visuals that are becoming from a Lord of the Rings story. Big monsters and the Oliphants are back, and big clashing fights with the knights in their armor and their swords. Middle-earth is coming back to theaters, baby. Makes me wonder how long this movie's gonna be. Cause Middle-earth movies are not exactly known for being short. At least not the live-action ones anyway. Like, okay, I know this is an animated movie, but can we at least have it be 2 hours? Minimum? I imagine this is gonna be PG-13. So like, yeah, this is gonna be a very different kind of mainstream animated movie. After After all, it is the Lord of the Rings. It's got a reputation, you know? We're gonna have certain expectations. From the looks of this trailer, it looks like Hera here is gonna be our main character. That's pretty cool, because she looks pretty badass. I mean, she looks pretty, she looks badass, and she looks pretty badass. Not gonna lie. It's kind of making me feel like she's gonna be Eowyn Alpha or something. Like her story will be passed down over the next couple of centuries, and Eowyn will be inspired by that story. She'll be like, oh, I want to fight like Hera did. Maybe that'll be her motivation in Two Towers and then Return of the King. I don't know. That'd be neat though, because it would make sense. And then there's the very end of this trailer.
What does Mordor want with rings?
Those damn fucking rings. Can't have Lord of the Rings without them. It's funny though, like upon first watching that, I was like, what did he say? That was a pretty hard accent to understand, at least for me. I am terrible at understanding foreign accents. Thank you, captions. The guys said, what does Mordor want with rings? Okay, so how are these rings gonna play into the story? Because it looks like that is the one ring there. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, wait, that wouldn't make sense. The one ring would be with Gollum at this point, so forget I said that. But in the end, ooh, yeah, am I ever so looking forward to The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Fourth Erlingas, you know what I'm saying. Not sure how diehard Tolkien fans like Colbert are gonna feel about it, nor do I really care. I just want to have some fun in Middle-earth again. Looks like this movie might provide me that. So I am in. It's coming out right around Christmas. Should be a great Christmas gift from Santa Claus himself. So, the official trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on this? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!